Welcome, one and all, to the Solo Dolo Podcast. I'm your host, Pepelu Bel Air. I hope all is well. This podcast will be just an assortment of my rambling, and hopefully something comes about from it. So, Charlie Kirk got shot. Kind of wild in our day and age. Not uncommon. Usually they don't make a big spectacle out of assassinations nowadays. Usually it's ran as an accident. But it happened. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going around. Frame by frame footage. Armchair experts just dissecting the video, being like, what about this white guy with his arms crossed? And to be honest, I kind of agree with him. It's mad suspicious the way he was just posted up like that. I was like, you you doing something. I don't know what you're doing, but it's something. But yeah, RIP to him. I didn't really know too much about him. He was in the political side of things. I don't really keep up with politics all that much. I don't really care for it. There was a point in time where it was just all I would consume, like with Philip DeFranco, swag news. I would just be eating it up left and right, just trying to be informed. But after a while, it kind of desensitizes you to the point of not caring. And I don't know. I just kind of got to that point where I just had to turn it off and look away. As for Charlie Kirk, again, everybody is someone's kid. That was someone's son. That was someone's brother. I don't even know if he had siblings. I don't know if he had nieces and nephews, so he might have been someone's uncle. Differing opinions don't really call for death. If he was threatening people and getting people hurt, then that's a different story. But to my knowledge, I have no idea if anything like that happened or transpired. So, I mean, it is what it is. Again, this all is coming about during Trump's big ordeal with Jeffrey Epstein. So that's another focus that's been happening where people are looking at it and it's like, it's kind of weird that Charlie Kirk got mucked out during the time when Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday book came out. So apparently the book has a collection of just letters from a bunch of high-ranking elite people. Trump's in there, and a good amount of folks. And I don't know. It's always like this. I don't know if it's always about Jeffrey Epstein and that story, but there's always something big that happens whenever Jeffrey Epstein's name gets mentioned or some big expose happens. The last time a big thing happened was during lockdowns. I think it was right when Ghislaine Maxwell was going to trial for the first time. So she was going to trial, and later I found out that some courtrooms allow you to record for the public sense, like O.J. Simpson's trial, heavily televised. And at the time I was like, it's kind of weird that this seems like major news. Why isn't the public being given the visuals, given a front row seat via TV or YouTube? But apparently some courtrooms don't allow televised broadcasts, so okay, I give them the pass on that. Do I think they should just move the court to somewhere that it could be televised? Most definitely. But the last time something big happened with Jeffrey Epstein was Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, and the thing that outshined the trial of Ghislaine Maxwell was Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. That trial was everywhere. Celebrities were talking about it. People at school were talking about it. My professors at the time were talking about it. And don't get me wrong, I love Johnny Depp. I love Jack Sparrow. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I know he's not only known for that. There's plenty of other shows. I rock with him plenty. But at the same time, there were kind of bigger fish to fry. So it kind of bothered me even back then. I'm like, Ghislaine Maxwell, human trafficking. Like this seems a little bit more prevalent compared to, Johnny Depp knocking back expensive wine bottles and Amber Heard dropping a deuce on the bed. But that's just me though. Everybody's chisme is different. My thing is Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, all these powerful people gathering on one island. It kind of gets a little eye-opening that like the amount of people that care and little traction it gets. Like right now, Kai Cenat has more like engagement in terms of like hashtag. You put hashtag Kai Cenat or hashtag Kai, it's in the millions, maybe hundreds of thousands. If you do a hashtag Jeffrey Epstein, I don't even think it's cracking 100,000 like post wise. And it should be reverse. I'm not being a hater or anything to Kai Cenat. He does good work, yada yada yada. I'm not a person I've used Twitch like that, but I feel like this isn't art. This isn't anything. This is breaking news that involves Jeffrey Epstein and a lot of powerful people. But yeah, going back to all of that with Charlie Kirk, I mean, that happened while Jeffrey Epstein's book came out. Last time that happened, Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp and Ghislaine Maxwell was in trial. Another thing that's kind of weird is the fact that they started listening to Ghislaine Maxwell even though she got flagged for perjury, lying under oath her first time in litigation. And so now we're listening to her, and like, of course she's gonna like say, "Oh, Trump was good, Trump's that, yada yada yada." And it's like, okay, like I get it, you're playing ball, but at the same time, it's like I'm not knocking the government. I'm not being like, "Yo, we gotta put a stop to this," because at the end of the day, they got big guns, they got all this influence, they can put red 90 dye in our food at this point, and we'll eat it up, be happy, and then we'll watch sports and just the new episode of South Park and have that affect our personality for the next couple of weeks until the new episode comes out. I'm just saying, I wish this deep state, quote unquote, this leviathan within our government wasn't so... I wish it did a better job of making it more believable with like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This is how this happens. Like, Trump's assassination attempt compared to Charlie Kirk's assassination attempt, it's jarring with how like low effort Trump's was, but then how high profile Charlie Kirk's is. Like, I can't be the only one that has their eyebrows raised. I truly can't be the only one. And then, like, I'm speaking out on it. Some people find these conversations boring or conspiratorial, and I get that. But these are the types of conversations that need to happen. And I'm not saying the government dislikes these conversations. I'm not even saying they like these conversations either. They keep us busy, but at the same time, they don't like us questioning it. So I get that as well. But again, at the end of the day, like, I'm not doing no call to action or anything like that. If anything, I'm just saying, just think about it. Just open your eyes a bit and be like, yeah, Pepe, I know you make For Honor content. You put like DJ music behind like some cheap edits. But I don't know if I'm getting all my conspiratorial news from you, man. I mean, Alex Jones is my guy. And I'm like, I mean, Alex Jones is kind of folding in either way. Like, all them folks, like Tim Dillon, like, shout out Tim Dillon, because he was upfront about it, so I can't even be mad at bro. Tim Dillon wears a really good mask. Tim Dillon's a comedian. Lately, he's been brushing shoulders with a lot of political officials. And that's one thing. He's just a comedian. That's all he was. Comedian. He did some high-interest loan scumbag stuff to people during a recession back in the day. All right. Cool. He got his bag that way, whatever. But having dinner with JD Vance, hanging out with people from Silicon Valley, maybe even Silicon Alley, But even then, they're all wine and dining him, and he openly says, "Is like, I am hoping that an elite individual will spread my cheeks, and I will gladly take it." And it's just like, it's a crazy statement, but at the same time, he's being upfront, he's being honest. That's a more honest statement than any political official you can give me to like study. Tim Dillon is more than willing to play ball. And those folks, that Leviathan, love people like him because not only is he willing to play ball, but he has an audience. And that's what they really care about. How many views do you get? How much engagement can you help us change the perspective of a narrative? And that's all cool. I get it. I just, I don't know. Like, it just sucks because, like, a part of me is like, yeah, we're not that dumb as humans. We're really not. But we kind of are. And they know we are. And that's the worst part, is they know we are. And that's why they've gone away with this for so long. Hundreds of years of just getting away with it. And, like, yeah, we got Wi-Fi, we got Taco Bell, we got animated shows on Netflix, keep us busy and distracted. We got, heck, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Look at these graphics. Apparently GTA 6's graphics are going to top this. I didn't think anything would be able to top this. I thought this was going to be the most, like, the last milestone of gaming. I thought this was going to be like, this is what the standard will be for every video game that wants to do a realistic, like, POV. But GTA 6, I've seen a couple screenshots and I'm just like, wow. It's not like those mods people put on GTA 5 or GTA 4. It's like the wettest ground ever where it's just raining constantly. You just see the mirror effect of it. But yeah, yeah, we got all these distractions and it keeps us busy. The worst part, it keeps us busy from ourselves. We're not healing, we're not improving. We can think we are. We can feel as though we're bettering our life in some other way via pleasure of the flesh, pleasure of just giving into whatever we deem makes us feel better in times of sorrow. But yeah, that was a huge old tangent on conspiracies. Trying to think what else can I ramble about. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been around for a while now. When it first came out, I was so excited to play it because I love Rockstar Games. I love the type of content they put out. I mean, just look at all this. Like, how could you not rock with this? I just adore this game. I've met a lot, and I do mean a lot of people. Formed bonds got broken, friendships, relationships. It has been an experience that I would not trade for anything else. And I'm not trying to be some extreme introvert. I'm not trying to be one of those shut-ins from Japan or even the shut-ins we got here in the States, but it was a grand time, especially like the peak of Red Dead Online for me was during lockdowns, man. Boy, I was giving into vices left and right. From abusing alcohol, weed, acid, shrooms, you name it. And then just playing this game all night, all day, not knowing where the world was going to be the following morning. It was a very uncertain time, and yeah, Red Dead was there. This was my digital playground. There was a YouTuber that described Red Dead Online as artificial loneliness, and I ain't gonna lie, he definitely has a point. It definitely does feel that way. Like, look at this. It'd be nice to go out to the wilderness like this and just take it all in. But during lockdowns, you really couldn't do any of that. But I mean, Red Dead, you could just start up your PlayStation and then boom, you got these type of views. But everything is temporary. COVID was temporary. Red Dead Online's peak was temporary. Even my addictions and self pleasures were temporary. I stopped drinking. I'm almost a year sober now. I'm pretty proud of that. I think for smoking, I'm almost 200 days sober of that. I'm trying to think what else. Mind you, I have other conflictions and vices that are kind of plaguing me day in and day out, but I've kind of gone on this cycle of doing what I do, apologize to God, and then the cycle continues, and it's just kind of been where I've been at recently. Haven't really been a fan, but what can you do? Let's go into a little bit more depth of the people I've met on Red Dead Online. I'm not going to give any names or gamer tags. There was this one dude. He was pretty chill, kind of a big nerd. He was a little concerning when he would talk about like school shootings, and he wanted to like seek out vengeance on those like that wronged him in a way. I'm making this very dramatically sounding, but those were along the lines what he would say. It made a lot of people in the group chat very uncomfortable. He was this big, fat dude, rocked with anime. He even had tattoos of like hentai on him. It was very odd, but I mean, live your truth, live whatever life you want to live. But yeah, he was a bit concerning. I mean, he rocked with me, and I'm just like, all right, cool, man. Just don't be doing nothing wild like that. But yeah, no, he would just bluntly talk about it and just be like, yeah, I would do that, and it's just like, all right, bro. I mean, I like, what am I supposed to say in that situation? It's like, of course, I'd be like, you like, you say that now, but I feel like it would be different. It's like, nah, I wouldn't. And it's like, okay, but stuff like that. A lot of e-couples, not even in Red Dead Online, but just online in general, gaming forums, discords. Yeah, there's so many e-couples out there. And I mean, not against it. I was in a relationship, even got to the point of being a fiance. Loved her so much I put a ring on it. But like I said, everything's temporary. You meet a lot of people here though. I'm sure like the rest of the internet, like-minded, differing opinions, but there's extremists on both ends. You meet people from different political beliefs. You meet people with different taste in culture, music. And trust me, it was a big plus, especially during COVID. It was nice talking to people, bro. I'm sure the people that were like on VR chat were having a blast. Let me think, what else can I discuss with you, my dear viewer? Oh yeah, since this is a Solo Dolo podcast, I don't really plan on having a guest join me. So it's just kind of me on my own doing my thing. But I mean, later down the line, or even in the comment sections, if you want to ask a question, make a separate account, do what you want to do, but hit a comment, say what's up, say, yo, can you go into depth on this, talk about this, yada, yada, yada. I mean, I'm open to it. So I've been wanting to do YouTube for like a long time, but just kind of always put it on the back burner. I never really listened to Shia LaBeouf when he said, just do it. I kind of just procrastinated and got busy with other things that weren't really that important. The only thing that was distracting me was my main focus in life was writing my book. Finally finished my book. Really happy about that. I kind of got to retract that. I finished my book, but now it was too big, and so I'm just trying to get an agent for it. So I split the book in half. So that means I have to make a new ending as well as a new beginning for the second part of the book. So I guess I'm never technically done with that book. But yeah. So kind of just been focusing on that, and then now switched over to YouTube, doing YouTube as well as trying to make content on TikTok. I mean, I'm getting some engagement. It's nothing crazy, but I mean, it's a start. Rome wasn't built in a day. As for people that inspired me to do YouTube, honestly, the people that inspired me to do YouTube deserve their flowers. They carried my childhood like no other. So if I'm going to shout out anybody, it's Real 85. He deserves all the credit in the world for like his humble beginnings of just doing like voiceovers for NBA compilation videos. Those videos made my stomach hurt from how hard I would laugh, bro. I would cry watching his videos on how much he made me laugh. Then like his Ninja Turtle series as well as like the GTA 5 skits. I want to get into doing skits. I have a skit already filmed. I just need to do the voiceover for it right now. It's like maybe 3 minutes long, and don't get me wrong, it's going to be terrible. I'm well aware it's going to be terrible, but at the same time, it's something. It's better than nothing. So kind of looking forward to whenever I get to do that. My main holdback of doing that is just trying to find different voices via like me being able to sound differently to voice other characters. But it's Real 85 definitely deserves his flowers. Mittensquad. Oh my god, bro. R.I.P. the GOAT. This is where the real game begins, bro. Mittensquad, he would do videos. I wasn't really too familiar with his like early YouTube career, but when he started like popping off with like Skyrim and Fallout videos, can you beat Fallout so and so, or can you beat Skyrim so and so? Those videos were so entertaining to watch. Like when he would do, can you beat Fallout while playing with a guitar, with the controls being of a Guitar Hero? That is just thinking outside the box. That's what YouTube is made for, bro. Like it was such a vibe watching him, and dude, he was so funny. I wish I could say he inspired me to get sober, but that came later down the line with different situations. So Mittensquad struggled with alcoholism, and I remember always like reading like those random creator posts on YouTube. And there was this one post where he was just like, yeah, I'm in the hospital. I think it was during Thanksgiving, and he had to get his stomach pumped, all that. And I'm just like, man, bro. And like the community, we all rock with him, and we all just wanted him to get better, and we just, again, hope for the best. And eventually he passed, and it was kind of crazy too, because his last video was, can you beat Fallout 3, I believe, while being addicted to everything. And life has a very strange way of being poetic in that way. I mean, you never know. It could have been life being poetic, or it could have been Paul, aka Mittensquad. Paul of Mittensquad, maybe as his final goodbye. We'll probably never know, but at the same time, R.I.P. the GOAT, the legend that is Paul of Mittensquad. Next up for who deserves their flowers, Radal. Dude, the amount of edits he would put in his videos was something of like YouTube, like memery. I'm trying to think of like the OG like memers of YouTube that PewDiePie would hire a lot. Or not hire, but he did like, I don't know if it was compilation videos with them. I think it's just for the T-Series video they helped him out with. But Radal, bro, his GTA San Andreas videos were some of the most out-of-pocket, wild vids I've seen on YouTube. They were just so well done that I'm just like, man, I would love to edit videos like this. And then he would show how to edit, and I'm just like, oh boy, this is not easy. And it kind of sucks because, like, he did a video on talking about, like, why I don't do GTA San Andreas videos anymore. And that was just because basically his main audience is from, like, countries that don't have a lot of money. So the ads don't really help him. And then sponsors, they want somebody that's audience is of richer countries. So yeah, but Riddell definitely deserves his flowers, and Vanoss Gaming deserves his flowers, man. I can't think of anybody when I was in middle school or high school that wasn't watching Vanoss Gaming. His videos were so well put together. That iconic thumbnail of like the rainbow background was just so, your eyes lit up as a kid when you saw that. And then you just, if it was Gmod funny compilation, GTA funny compilation, you just watched it all, man. His vids carried my generation. It was such a vibe. It was, yeah, very iconic. Shout out Vanoss Gaming. I'm trying to think. Those are like the main people that made me want to do YouTube. I was never really. Of course, I watched Markiplier, Nanners. I'm trying to think. I watched a little bit of Dashi, but nothing too crazy. I did like Super Mario Logan though. I really, really rocked with Super Mario Logan. They funny sketches, just off the wall, Jeffy comments. It was some prime YouTube right there. But yeah, all those folks inspired me to do YouTube. Other creators that I was a fan of back in the day was like Ray William Johnson, and I'm not even talking about like Equals 3. I'm talking about like your favorite Martian, like animated like music videos, as well as just the little, I don't know if they did any series, but I remember like some short, it might have been like intros and outros to songs where it's just like little skits. I'm trying to think. Powerhouse was something I would watch. Who else would I rock with back in the day? Because honestly, bro, like YouTube for me now is just, it's a lot of documentary stuff. A lot of, like, recently I got back into watching Mittensquad just for nostalgia's sake. And he's still getting a lot of engagement, even after his death. Again, RIP the GOAT. But I watched, like, Killer Chronicles. That's a YouTube channel, as well as Hood Politics. They all just go into, like, these gang-related cases with people just from different upbringings, like cartels, mafia, you name it, just street-level gangs. But yeah, just, that's mainly what I watch. And then recently I've kind of started getting away from like Philip DeFranco and what's his name, Swag News, because I don't know, like I said, it gets to a point where you see so much news and become so desensitized to it. Like, I feel like I don't even think it's TikTok brain at this point. I just can't sit down and watch it anymore because it's not boring, but at the same time, it's not engaging either, which is very weird to say. But yeah, I think that was a ramble that went left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm left, I'm right, I'm left, I'm right. I guess I can show my horses? I'll just like show the horse names. So my horse is Alphonse, Zafina. I got 2 Alphonses for some reason. Why do I have 2 Alphonses? Alize, Zay, Soline, Antoinette, Yuya, Aisha, Lola, and that's all my horsies. Let me see, I think I can, in case you want to see what kind of horses they are. yep, those are my horsies. I also have a second account, so I have a stable of horses on there as well. I've been a day one player of Red Dead Redemption Online since the day one, since the day it came out. Let me tell you a story. Let's begin at the beginning. Oh, that's a good place to start. But yeah, I've seen all the outlaw passes, I've seen all the updates, and I had all the hope in the world for this game, and then it got squandered. Rockstar got greedy. It went back to GTA 5 Online. They're like, we need that sweet, sweet shark card money. Please. But yeah, these graphics are a lot better than GTA 5 will ever be. I don't even think they would get to this level on like a... Actually, I don't know. I'm a bit hesitant to say GTA 5 Online will ever look this good because, I mean, Rockstar did do that remaster, but at the same time, that like the remaster of the trilogy series of Vice City, GTA 3, and San Andreas. But at the same time, that wasn't Rockstar. That was like a different company that handled that, and it didn't go too well in the beginning. I'm sure there's people that play it right now, but even then, it's like, if I were to ever return to GTA 5 Online and like as hard as I ever did like Red Dead, it would have to look exactly like this. I would want to see these types of graphics when I play GTA 5 Online. And the other thing too is the fight mechanics of Red Dead Redemption 2 are so superior to any other like Rockstar game other than Warriors. Warriors has such a cool fighting mechanic that I just can't stop shouting out. The Warriors fighting mechanic is such revolutionary combat system that it's on the same level of like For Honor. But, you know, typical Rockstar fashion, whatever works, we're just gonna leave it back there, you know what I'm saying? Like with Red Dead Redemption Online, the in-game proximity chat is so terrible. Like the audio quality is so in the mud that you're like, I can't hear nothing. And if you're in a thunderstorm and people are talking, good luck hearing them. I want you to try and tell me what exactly somebody said during that thunderstorm. Bet you can't do it. Bet you can't. But GTA 5 Online, boy, it is crystal clear. Mind you, you can hear the whole map, but at the same time, that audio is superior to Red Dead. Like, it was one of my number one things I wish they fixed, because once I got onto Red Dead Online for the first time, I was like, ooh, this sound system is terrible. I hope they fix it. Yeah, it's been a couple years since I said that, and nothing changed. But, yeah. Dang. Mauled by a cougar. Story of my life. Man, I think I'm teetering down. I think I'm burning out the night oil on this one, my dear viewer. I mean, got 40 minutes worth of content, so I think that's pretty good. But thank you for tuning in, my dear viewer. I hope all is well. I hope you're chilling. Life is going good. Thank you for tuning in to the Solo Dolo Podcast with your host, Pepelu Belair.